Good day everyone to all the academic students and aspiring learners. We all know that some universal knowledge await us. As we go on, discussing the motor and fundamental science could offer us. Perhaps, he can specifically learn about one revolutionary scientist and the discovery persists during its lifetime. The contribution to the science don't stop. Perhaps, it is rich for us to find a life-changing knowledge we can open up during our normal days. From our known body of language that gives theory on how things work, calculation that we don't expect, motor and every second up to the real things that works literally in real life. Perhaps one of the scientists known to this field is Sir Isaac Newton, and his work on how he revolutionized science in the field of physics to develop what we have today. Sir Isaac Newton, born on December 25, 1642, in the Lincolnshire. He was an English mathematician, physician, astronomer, alchemist, and author. Widely recognized as one of the greatest mathematicians and physicians of all times and among the most influential scientists. His father died while he is living in the bar together with his mother. In June 1661, he goes to college and Trinity College, Cambridge to study. He was awarded by the school a Bell Scholarship in 1964 that can carry him until he gets his master degree. He used to make things possible to learn by combining the work of Descartes, Galileo, Kepler, and Copernicus, unifying it to form into one mathematically sound system. In 1665, he discovered the generalized binomial theorem and began to develop a mathematical theory that later became calculus. Soon after Newton had obtained his BA degree in August 1665, the university temporarily closed as a precaution against the Great Plague. Although he had been undisguised as a Cambridge student, Newton's private student at his home in Woolscroft over the subsequent 2 years to the development of his theories on calculus, octant, and the law of gravitation. Newton's work had been said to all distinctly advise every branch of mathematics then studies. His work on the object usually referred to the Phlemus or calculus seen manuscript on October 1666. Is now published among Newton's mathematical papers. His work De Analysi per Equation Numero Termino Infinitas sent by Isaac Newton to John Collins in June 1669 was identified the borrow in a letter sent to Collins that August as the work of an extraordinary genius and proficient in these things. In 1666, Newton observed that the spectrum of colors existing the prism in the position of minimum deviation is oblong. Even when the light re-entering the prism is circular, which is to say the prism refracts different color by different angles. This led him to conclude that color is a property intrinsic to light, a point which had until then been a matter of debate. In 1679, Newton returned to his work of celestial mechanics by considering gravitation and its effect on the orbits planet, which reflect to Kepler's law of planetary motion. This followed stimulation by the brief exchange of letters in 1679 to 80, with Hooke, who had been appointed to manage the Royal Society correspondence, and who opened a correspondence intended to elect contribution from Newton to Royal Society. Transaction. Newton's reawakening interest in astronomical matters received further stimulus by the appearance of comets in the winter of 1680 to 1681, on which he corresponded with John Flinted after the exchanges with Hooke. Newton worked out of the proof that elliptical form of planetary orbits would result from centripetal force inversely proportional to the square of the radius vector. Newton communicated his result to Edmond Halley and to the Royal Society in De Motu Corporum and Jurum. A tract written about 9 sheet, which was copied in the Royal Society registered book in December 1684. As we can see, Isaac Newton's life gave us the scientific advancement in the theory and the history of science. Because one of discovery we have managed to innovate this day motion technology like car, ships, mechanical device, and many more. We just sacrifice a delicate scientist's lifetime that changes the world. For this, I would like to mention the sources in Google like Wikipedia for giving me such knowledge for our greatest scientist, Isaac Newton. YouTube, which elaborates me more about him, and also the family and friends who give me undying support. Emotionally drives me to learn great things from the past and today's. Thank you, and again, I am Iris Joy Palma from BSECA first year.